Hey everybody, I'm back and I wanted to make a couple little small pies, chocolate pies today, just little individual pies, and I normally don't do videos on Sunday unless it's Sunday afternoon, but I tried to wait till maybe everyone had time to get home from church, or at least if church is out. I did some playing this morning, but I figured that was for the people that didn't get to go to church. I have several different sizes of these little individual pie pans. I've only got 2 of these, and I love this size because this is a really, it's actually probably big enough for 2 people. But if you like chocolate pie or whatever kind you're making and you want some leftover, you could use this size if you had them. And then I've got this size here. These are Fat Daddy-O's. These are not, but these are Fat Daddy-O's. And I've got 4 of them. I use these sometimes. These would be great. This size would be great for like at a dinner party and for individual desserts. And you can also get the little throwaways. You can order these from Amazon. You can get 100 for just a few dollars. So if you wanted to just do these, they've got some that's actually not as deep as these, but I think it needs to be this deep if you had a good serving of dessert. And then the little tiny mini ones that I've got, and I think I've actually got some smaller than this, these would be good like for a brunch, like where there's a bunch of people and there's a lot of different food. And this is just a little tiny size here, and I've got several of those. So y'all know I'm a sucker for little stuff, and if I find something, then I usually get it if I can get 3 or 4 of them. A lot of times when I'll make a pie or a pot pie or something that calls for crust, I'll have bits and pieces left over. So I don't throw them away. There's a lot of things you can do with them. You could put butter and sugar and cinnamon on them and make them just as a little snack. Or you could do like I do, just wrap them real good in a good plastic wrap. And I use freeze tight. And then put them, I double bag them and then put them down in a Ziploc freezer bag. And then when you wanted to just make some small pies, you've got enough crust. You don't have to get everything out and make crust again. And I had done this one the other day, and the way I did this and put it in the freezer, I put a piece of wrap on here and then just put this on top and then wrap this up and then put it in a bag, and it stays real fresh. And you could do this and just have them ready to bake. So I've got this one ready. I'm thinking the filling that I'm making today is gonna probably do these 2 and this little one. So I've kind of divided my dough out here and put a little bit of flour on my, I know y'all seen us make chocolate pies. Mary's the queen of pies. She makes delicious pies. But I like to make them too. And so most of the time, if I make a chocolate or a coconut pie, I will just do individual ones for us. Sometimes I make some for my neighbors if I have enough, and sometimes I just make them for us. Now, I don't want this super thin. I've got my oven on 450, and I've got my, these are heavy. I got my pie weights out here. Oh, I didn't get no parchment. I'll have to go in there and get them. Get my parchment sheets to put on top of here. Always want to roll from the middle. And I'm not a fan of spray, but I do spray my pans. This is probably one of the times when I use spray. And if there's any excess flour on the back, you can just wipe that off. Kind of try to center it if you can. So now you may have a pleat or something in a couple spots on your pie crust. That's okay. You just kind of mash it down in there. I didn't even measure this. I just kind of figured that was about the size. If you have any excess, you can either take it out or you can turn it under, whichever you want to do. Now this is not going to be no perfect pie crust by no means, but it don't matter because it's just for us. You can do this crust so many different ways. The trimming on it, you can use a fork. I've actually got a little tool that you can run over it, make little designs on it. Or you can just do like I do, just crimp it with your fingers. And I always put mine on a pan, just so I don't have to pick this up and mess the crust up. And that's why I cook them on a pan. That's how I like to do it. Let's get this one rolled out. Now, I've already got my pie filling over there. Together. I haven't cooked it yet because I didn't want to do all of it on air. So I just thought I would just do the crust on air, and then I'll take pictures of the pies and after they get finished. I probably did need this bigger rolling pan out, but this is actually a fondant rolling pan. I want to try to get it to the same thickness. Now, if you don't have pie weights, you can use rice or dried beans, or you can just prick it with a fork and not worry about the pie weights. But I like the pie weights on mine, so that's what I use. This one will be prettier because it's a little bit more even. Need to cut just a little bit of this off. You don't want that roll over too thick because it won't get done. Make sure you're pressing it in the bottom so it doesn't draw up. Now, I won't keep these little pieces here that I'm cutting off because that's already been rolled twice, so I won't keep that. But if it's the first time you're rolling it, you could keep it. But pie dough, just like cookie dough, will get tough if you work with it too much. And you don't want your pie dough tough. It's hot. We are going to have some hot weather here before long. Me and the heat doesn't get along too well together. Okay, so that's pretty much, I think, okay. And you want to bake this on 450 for about, I usually set it for about 10 minutes and check it, and usually takes about 12. Depending on your oven, about 12 minutes or so to bake. So see, that one looks a lot prettier than that other one does there. And so you got your pie crust all done, just in a real short time. You didn't have to go through the whole process of making pie crust. You just save your little leftovers. And, you know, old timers, they didn't throw away anything. They saved everything. And just remember to date it on the bag so you don't leave it in the freezer too long, forget about it, and have to wind up throw it away, and it's taking up space that you can have something else in. But this was, this has been in my freezer probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks or so. And it's just worked out perfect to make 3 little nice pies. So when I get the pies made, it'll be a little bit later on today. I'll take a picture and post them. And y'all, we've got tons and tons of recipes on pie crust and chocolate pies, coconut pies too. I won't put the recipe on there, but hopefully you'll be able to find a recipe. If you hadn't saved the ones that we made, Mary's chocolate pie is real good too, really good. And yeah, you'll have a nice little dessert after a while. So thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate it, and you may be seeing us on here a good little bit the next few weeks or so. We're going to try to keep the clips down, keep them down pretty short so it doesn't take up a lot of time. But I really do appreciate if you watch the whole thing through. And if you don't get it, you want to see something else, there's a lot of times I watch a clip more than once because I might have missed something or I want to go back and check something. So you can do that too. So thanks so much. Have a wonderful Sunday afternoon, and I hope you have a peaceful afternoon and got something good cooking in the kitchen, or either you got some good takeaway. So God bless. We'll see you later, and be sure to be kind and always count your blessings. And we're going to have 3 nice little chocolate pies after a while.